the Cantina Topolino was founded in the 1960 in order to help the Nosiola grape remain and grow again, stronger and better, because the important thing for us was to keep doing the Vino Santo, the most important wine we produce. So why cooperative? Because it's probably the best way to produce large quantities and still in a very good quality. And why here? Because this area is a very special and particular area, thanks to the wind that comes from Garda Lake and from this valley, which is very, very strong and helps the grapes stay healthy and mature, and thanks to that we have very special wines, and we are able to grow organic also. The members are mainly farmers, or they have another job, they do something completely different, but they also own the land. So what they do and how they're involved is producing the grapes, bringing them to us and helping us make a large variety of wines. So the cooperative makes around 11 billion euros every year. 2 to 3 billions are used to maintain the cantina, the employees, the cleanings, the food, everything, and the rest, 95%, are given to the 500 members. It's their payment, and the rest, the 5%, is either reinvest, used for improvements, research and development, or if they're not used for that, they're kept as a patrimony of the cantina. Mm-hmm. So every year guidelines are put down in order to promote the Cantina Topolino, and this is done in the selling point, where we sell all the wines we produce, through tourism, because every year we have between 25 and 30,000 people, tourist people, that come and do the wine tasting, and then through the selling in Italy and in the world.
Basically, the cooperative has members that are the growers, receive the grapes, transforms the grapes in wine. Then the wine is sold, is transferred to Nosio, to the SPA, okay, that makes the bottling and the marketing part, sells in Italy and outside of Italy. When it was born, this system was very innovative, because the fact that a cooperative owns an SPA was at that time very innovative. Our company is very marketing oriented. We grow our brands. We sell 20% of our bottles in Italy and 80% outside of Italy. At the beginning of the year 2000, 2001, 2003, the company decided to invest in a different area of Italy. That means that we are in Trentino, the extreme north, and we invested in Sicily, the extreme south.
For us is to keep on our traditions. It's a very long tradition. A lot of people here in this region, they give a lot of energy. Just think about those farmers, those growers are, some of them are hobby growers. They have maybe 100, 200 olive trees, and they have 1 hectare of grapes, and they work somewhere else. But they're just trying to keep the tradition from one generation to the other. One olive tree can sometimes give you like between 70, 80, sometimes also 100 kilos olives. If you just have a couple of olive trees on your garden, what are you going to do with that? No, that's why we have also 1,200 local growers who are able to bring the olives to us, and they get their olive oil back.
So all this amount of apple is going to leave today or tomorrow? We have made like a very big advertising campaign in Italy with Melinda name, with Melinda brand. We have spent a lot for advertising in 90s. So Melinda is one of the most famous brands in Italy, the most recognized brand in Italy for apples. So that's why now we can work like this. We work for quality, because quality for us is the most important thing.
Erau 2 posibilități, ori rămăseți fără să ne dăm seama.
Life is organization of 150,000 people. We have, I think, about 20,000 workers in our in some sort. We are trying to learn the Swedish population to eat more healthy, more organic and such. So we're really trying this because even though we have really good farmland, we have some of the best farmland in the world, we have in a crisis as such. So we really need to get a better focus on getting our products out with a better price, and that's what mainly LRF is doing right now.
Community-supported agriculture. You can say it's a business model on how to sell your produce directly to the customer. And there are many different varieties of this CSA.
Well, the idea is not to have to go through a shop to sell your produce, because then you of course have to grow much more and you get less from it. So we can sell directly to the customers in a system and where we can earn more money growing less food. And it's also nice for the customers because they know exactly where the food comes from. They can come here and see what we do and ask us anything.
We always plan for the shareholders of the farm so they can get their share, but we also need a margin because otherwise we might not have enough. We can't grow, we can't plan for 30 heads of lettuce because maybe you only get 25 or you get 45, so we have a margin all the time, which is around 50% of what the shareholders get, and that we sell at the market. We're planning to extend, but not the amount of customers. We're planning to extend the season instead, so we can deliver all year, because in all farming, and especially maybe in vegetable farming, you have this peak in here it's July, August, September, when you harvest everything. We try to extend that period so we can harvest all through the year instead. In our climate, normally in January, February, March, all you have are the root vegetables and cabbage and potatoes. And I don't want to deliver a bag with only that. I think it's not good enough. We also want something that is freshly harvested, like greens of some kind. And there are extremely hardy crops which you can harvest under a protective layer during the whole winter, also in our climate. And we are developing, no one is doing it commercially in Sweden now, but we're trying to develop it. We just got funding for a project to buy a new greenhouse to do this.